Hey guys, it's the Real China Sister. I'm back with another video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment below. Your girl is also on Instagram. It's at the Real China Sister, so make sure you give me a quick follow on that. As y'all can see, this past week, everybody been talking about fucking red flags. That's been like the hot topic. You know, it looks like to me, it started out as women just telling other women red flags when dating men. And of course, men had to hop on our fucking bandwagon because they're so concerned about what the fuck we're doing. They had to hop in and start saying they little red flags that nobody really gives a shit about. You know, it was like the war of the memes and, you know, everybody saying what this is and what that is. And all of a sudden, everything turned into a joke because that's what our society does now. Everything turns into a joke and nobody takes anything serious. So I thought I would do a video on my 6 red flags for the ladies when dating men. Now, I saw some red flags on there that, you know, I agree with or whatever because I've experienced it. All those red flags I didn't experience, but I'm sure like all of us saw them. It was like, oh yeah, I remember that nigga did that, or I remember when I saw this, you know, all of that. So this is my video. I'm going to be giving y'all my top 6 red flags when dating men.
The beat live, you know Lil Juke made it.
So my first red flag for the ladies when dating men, I know y'all saw this one and I had to say it. If that nigga texts you Grand Rising, or he texts you good morning queen, good morning my beautiful black queen, to me, if he's telling you Grand Rising, he's probably a controlling crazy nigga because that's what I've seen. Usually men that say Grand Rising, they controlling it or they crazy as fuck. One of the two. If he talking about good morning, my beautiful black queen, I just want to see you elevate. I just want to see you rise up. I just want to see you level up. Have an awesome week. We ready for, like, if he doing all that extra shit, he's probably a full of shit nigga. Like, honestly, somebody can just say good morning or just like regular, but somebody that don't got good intentions or they're trying to rush the process of whatever it is that y'all doing, they are gonna pour it on extra fucking thick. And usually those type of men you gotta stay away from because they don't have no good intentions. Now, my second red flag for the ladies, this tip is really for the ladies that have their own place. When he stays in his mama's back room, but he's making plans for your place and what he's gonna do and what he's gonna bring, and that's a red flag. It's a red flag because that might be somebody that's trying to move in on you, especially someone that you just met them and they talking about bringing a PlayStation. What else they talking about? Leaving their Jordans at your house, all that extra shit, because I didn't have that. Listen, I had somebody pushing up on me before. I ain't even getting the place yet, and they making plans for their Jordans, for all of this X, Y, and Z, and I hadn't even took a breath in my place yet. You gotta watch it because a lot of these bum ass niggas out here are moving in on women despite what they're trying to put out there or what they're trying to make it seem like. A lot of them are trying to move in on women. I had a guy one time tell me about, and we hadn't even gone out on a date yet. Like we had only been texting for like what, a week? And he was talking about, oh, how about I bring a bottle of wine over and you have a bottle of wine and we just get to know each other better. And this man was staying in his mom's back room like he lived at his mama's house. What are you bringing a bottle of wine over for? Like, what are we even giving that energy for? If you don't have your own place, you should not be talking about a bottle of wine to a woman. Like, get out of here. Like, I never laughed so hard. When he said that, I wasn't even offended. I laughed because I'm like, this bum-ass nigga think he about to bring some $13 bottle of wine over and get me all lick it up and think that's what it's gonna be. Fuck out of here. Like, don't let these weird men out here do you like that. Like, there's really some weirdos out here that think they gonna come to your place, lay in your expensive bed and have their way with you. Absolutely not, sis. You make sure he takes you out on a nice date. You know, even if it's a coffee date at first, because you know it's the first run of y'all getting to know each other. There's nothing wrong with going out for coffee. There's nothing wrong with, you know, going to get lunch, something like that. Everything don't gotta be about getting liquored up on the first run, because that's how niggas fucking get y'all. Like, that's how they plot and that's how they scheme, or they always want to see you at night and liquor gotta be involved. Listen, if somebody is pressing me about something like that, as far as I'm concerned, you want to attack me or some shit, or you want to make me incoherent and then have your way with me. Absolutely not. It's not going down like that. My third red flag for the ladies when dating men is somebody talking about when we linking. Now y'all know I done talked about it before. I don't fucking like the word link. I don't like that. Like, if somebody's saying that to you, then they must be like a friends with benefits or something, or they must be looking for a friends with benefits. A man that wants to go out with you, they're gonna say, oh, when can I take you out on a date? Now let me tell y'all something. Men over 30, their energy is just fucking different, okay? Like, they plan dates out, like, whether their intentions are good or bad, because I'm not going to say all men over 30 are perfect, because they're absolutely the fuck not. But men over 30, usually they plan dates, they plan good dates, they take you out to dinner, child, like like they make it nice, and then, you know, you feel like you're on a real fucking date. Like, don't have sex with him, sis, or nothing like that, like, up front just because of one good date. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of the times men over 30 are more serious. I'm 25. I do like to date slightly older men, not like men in their 50s and 60s and 40s. Like, I would never go that high. But I'm just saying, like, energy is just different. When if you talk to someone or you meet some guy that's 26, 27, 28, 29, a lot of time they on some bullshit. So they gonna be talking about, oh, when we linking. Like, that's just not, I'm just letting y'all know right now, that's a red flag. Even if you tell them you don't like the word link, and they be like, nah, I didn't mean it like that. I meant it like a date. That nigga meant exactly what he said the first time. Because if he wanted to take you on a date, he would have said, when can I take you on a date? You know, and even guys from that 26 to 29 range, you know, even if they're not mature enough yet to say, when can I take you out on a date? They'll say like, yo, when we going out? Or when can I take you out to eat? Like something along the lines of that. Don't trust a guy that says link, especially if he's after 30 years old saying link. He means he wants to have sex. And let me tell y'all, grown men don't be playing. Like, when they on that type of time, they not here to play. They mean exactly what the fuck they say. So don't trust the word link, even if they go back and say, oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. No, they meant it like that. Even if they do take you on a nice date, they probably going to be trying to sleep with you the first night on the date. Or it's always going to come back to sex with the guy that mentions the word link. Just keep that in mind. Now, this fourth red flag I got for the ladies might be touchy for some people, but I really don't care. This is my personal opinion. This is my fucking channel. My fourth red flag for the ladies when dating men is a man that constantly needs to be around his male friends. Constantly. Like, he wants to be with them more than he wants to be with you. I think this is a red flag because I'm trying to say this in the right way. Men like to be around women. Men that are into women, they like to be around the girl they like. They like to spend time with the girl that they like. And if they're not doing that, and they're constantly around their male friends or feel the need to be up their male friends' asses, if you're a straight woman that likes straight men, then I might be looking at him a little sideways. Again, I don't care what these new ways of dating are or what a lot of these people are out here saying. They ain't that much male empowerment in the world. So sis, if he constantly needs to be around men, or he enjoys that more than he enjoys being around you, I would side-eye him a little bit.
It look like shame. No, shame ain't that clean.
My fifth red flag for the ladies when dating men, I didn't see none of the men talking about this, and I didn't even see a meme for this one. Bad fucking hygiene. Men that have bad hygiene, or they stink sometimes, or their nails are always dirty, or they don't cut. I don't like when men don't cut their nails. Like, that's just a personal preference of mine. That doesn't mean that they're dirty, because their nails could be slightly long but clean. I don't like though when men's nails are long. Like, that's weird to me. But if he has bad hygiene, if he smells, then excuse my language, but that means his dick is dirty too. Like, nobody is just washing their dick and not washing the rest of their body. So if he smells, sis, you can assume that his dick is dirty too, which means there might be some bacteria going on down there. And you don't really want to insert that into yourself, because he might give you like a yeast infection or BV or something. So I'm just looking out for y'all vaginas. That's for sure a red flag for your vagina. Like, I'm just saying, like, don't be having sex with dirty men. Or don't be engaging with men like that, you know? Because sometimes you might feel like, oh, maybe he just smelled this one time because he was working hard. Then you go around him again and he stinks again and again and again and again. And you're like, what the fuck is this nigga washing with? He's not washing at all. So just keep in mind, sis, if he smells, then his dick probably smells, which means his dick is dirty. And I already told y'all how all of that go. My sixth and final red flag for the ladies when dating men. And this is for women that came up in households with a mom and a dad, and they kind of came up in a stable environment. Not saying you can't come up in a stable environment with just a mom or just a dad, but I'm just speaking from personal experience. I was raised with a mom and a dad in a very stable and loving household. Sis, it is a red flag if you grew up in a house like that and he has mommy or daddy issues, like serious ones. He is going to take that shit out on you the long way. He is not going to understand your closeness with your parents. For example, me, I'm very close with my mom and my dad. I talk to my mom and my dad like every day. I have a brother that I'm close with that I talk to every day. A man with hurt and anger, that's angry about why his father wasn't in his life, or mad that his mom doesn't care whether he lives or die, or has a bad relationship with his siblings, his whatever the situation might be. A lot of the time that anger will trickle into you because they are not going to want to hear about the good conversation you had with your mom, or they're not going to want to hear about the joke your dad told you. All jokes aside, I've dated men like that. I've dated men who, because I don't judge. That's the one thing about me, despite what people might think. I do not judge people off of where they come from or their situation. I only base people off of what's in front of me and how they treat me and, you know, what they have going on now. Because somebody that just grew up with a mom or dad, that doesn't make me any more better than them. I don't feel that way. But when your issues from that start touching me or start trickling into what we're doing, now I have a problem. And again, I've dated men like that in the past who, you know, they don't like the relationship I have with my mom and my dad, and they don't like the closeness. They're happy if me and my mother have a disagreement and we might not be talking for like, what, 10 minutes? Like, because that's literally what it is. I don't get into huge sparring matches with my parents where I'm just not talking to them for days at a time or months at a time. Like, it's just not like that for me. And, you know, I know everyone is not fortunate enough to have that. But if you do suffer from any kind of issue, mommy issues, daddy issues, honestly, go get help. And I really feel like people like that should work on themselves and get some type of therapy before putting all that onto a person, because nobody deserves your anger and backlash because you're mad at whatever you suffered through growing up, or you're mad about your upbringing and now you think you're going to take it out on a person who's happy all the time or has a stable environment, and now you think you're about to rain on their parade. It's just not cool. So sis, like, if you came up in an environment like that, or, you know, I can even say for people that if you came up in a environment where both your parents were in your life separately, like let's say your parents divorced, but they had a good co-parenting relationship, and, you know, they were both in your life and you have a good relationship with the both of them. They just weren't together, but you still had that love. If you had love growing up, sometimes dating people that did not experience that, there are going to be issues. Now, if there are issues and the person is willing to truly work through those issues and figure out what's going on, then I would say, you know, that might be worth the finding out and the going through the motions with them. But if they're just angry all the time and raining on your fucking parade, like, fuck that. Yes, those are my 6 flags for the ladies when dating men. There are a lot of red flags out there when dating men, but these were the 6 that like jumped into my brain when I saw all the memes and everything. Yeah, ladies, keep doing your thing. Like, there are some good men out there. It feels like looking for a needle in a haystack, but don't settle for some angry ass nigga or some stinky ass nigga or some mad ass nigga or some unintelligent, misogynistic ass nigga because you just feel like you keep getting the bottom of the barrel, sis. You just gotta keep looking and keep digging. But if you gotten this far in the video and not got a chance yet, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Like this video, comment below and tell me what you think. Comment below and tell me about some of the red flags you guys have come across in dating. See you guys soon.